Hello and welcome to part 100. In this video, we will understand what are events in C Sharp, and we will also create a real-time application in that we will try to use events. Events in C Sharp are a way for object to signal when something significant happens. Let's say you are inserting some thousand rows in database and you want to get notified when all those thousand rows are inserted. You can use events. And let's say you are creating an employee management system and you want to get notified whenever a new employee is added in the system. For those kind of scenarios, you can use events. Using events, it will allow us to publish notification to which other objects can subscribe. So here we can create a publisher subscriber pattern where the publisher can send the event and the subscriber can capture that event and process whatever they want to do. Events are based on delegates. So we will see in some time how we can use events with delegates. And as we already know, delegates are nothing but function pointers to methods that should be called when the event is raised. So let's try to create a simple application and understand what are events. Using that, we will try to understand how events can be used in real case scenarios. In this video, we will try to create or replicate a stock market scenario where we will have stocks and there will be one stock market. Within the stock market, the price can go down or price can go up. And there will be one event that will be stock market event, and this event will be fired whenever the stock price will change. And there will be investors that will be subscribing to these events. So first of all, whenever the price of the stock will change, we want to notify the subscriber and we want to send some data to the subscriber, meaning we want to send the new price of that stock and we want to tell the subscriber which stock has actually changed its price. To handle this, let's create a class that will have the information about the stock name and the stock price. So let's add a new class. So I have created this class stock price changed event args. What will be the use of this class? Whenever there is an event fired, right? Whenever there will be change in the price of the stock, this class will be used to send the data to the subscriber. And you can see the naming convention here. This is the naming convention which is recommended by Microsoft. We have to end our class with event arguments because in this class we will be sending the data related to the event. So I have created a very simple constructor that is taking two parameters, stock symbol and new price. And these parameters are used to initialize the value of stock symbol and new price property. Okay. So our event argument class is ready. Now we can create our stock class. So I have created my stock class. Stock class will basically have information about the stock price and the name of the stock. So let's add those properties. So first I will create a class field that will be a private class field, integer price. Second will be the name of the stock. So let's create a property in this case. And let's create a getter property only. Okay, we can only get the name of the symbol. We cannot change the name of the symbol, right? So let's keep it as it is. Now let's create a constructor. So this is my simple constructor. This will take two parameters, symbol and initial price, and set it to the fields that we have declared here. Right, we can set the initial price using the constructor. Now let's provide the option to change this price because this price is private. So nobody from outside will be able to update this. So let's provide a setter for this price. So I have added this property price that will have a getter, and when we will call the get, it will just return this price property from here. And now let's create a setter also. What we want to do in setter, we want to check if the previous price and the new price that is coming to this price property is different or not. If it is different, and then only we want to update the price and update our subscriber. So let's say if price is not equal to the price that we are getting in this property, then we want to update the price. Let's say price equal to value, right? And after that, we want to notify the subscribers. Now we have reached a point where we need to define our event and we need to define our delegate. So let's come to the class level and first create a delegate. I will name it stock price changed handler. So I have named this stock price change handler. This is a basic convention in C# to name the delegates which are related to the events by naming the event and then adding the handler after that. And let's add the parameters that this delegate will have. So I am using these two parameters. First one is the sender. So this is a basic convention. Whenever we are creating a delegate for event, we need to specify who is the sender of this event, and we need to send some data also as part of that event. And if you remember, we have created this class stock price changed event arc to have the data that we want to send, right? This is the class which we have just created. So this class, we have used this as an input parameter here. Okay, now our delegate is ready. Now let's create an event for this delegate. So to create an event, we need to use the event keyword. This will be of type stock price changed handler. Okay, and let's name it stock price changed event. So guys, this is my delegate stock price changed handler, and this is my event stock price changed event. So subscriber can subscribe to this event. Now, what we need to do, once we have updated the price here, right, we need to notify our subscriber using the event. So here, basically, we need to trigger the event which we have created here. And to trigger the event, let's create a method. So I will be creating a protected virtual method so that the child class can also provide their own implementation if they want. Okay, now my method is ready. I have named it stock price changed, and this is expecting a stock price changed event argument, right? And what we are checking here, we are checking if there is anyone who has subscribed to our event or not. If our event is not null, meaning there are some subscriber which have subscribed to this event, then only we are invoking our event and sending the data about the sender and the event data. Now we just need to invoke this particular method whenever the price is changed. And as you know, we need to pass the object of stock event price changed event argument. So let's create an object here, new stock price changed argument. And within this object, we need to pass the symbol of the stock and the new price. That is nothing but the value. If you remember, in the constructor of this class, we have specified the stock symbol and the new price. That's what we are using here. We are passing down the symbol and the new price of the stock. Now our stock class is ready. Now we can create investors that can subscribe to this event. So let's create a new class. And this will be a very simple class. This will just have a name property, right? We will have the name of the investor. And the second thing that this class will have, that will have a method that will be invoked when the event has occurred, meaning whenever the price of the stock is changed, this particular method will be invoked. So let's create the method. So I have created this method stock price changed. The signature of this method should match with the signature of the delegate that we have declared here. And this method is doing nothing but just printing a line on the console window with the name of the investor and the name of the stock and the new price of that stock, right? But in real case, this could be an email service, like we want to send an email to the investor. And this could be a messaging service also if you want to send a message to the investor when the stock price is changed. So the implementation of this method can be anything. There are no limitation what we can do once we have received that event. Now we have our stock class ready. We have our investor class ready. So now let's go ahead and create some objects of stock and investor class and see how this will behave. Coming back to our demo class, so this is our main class from where the program will start. Let's create some object of stock class. So here I have added 4 stock object: Google, Microsoft, Apple and Twitter. And I have also set some initial price of that stock. Now let's create some investor object. So here I have 2 investor object, investor 1 and investor 2. And the name of the first investor is Mark and the name of the second investor is Peter. To subscribe to the event of these stocks, what we can do? We can say Google stock. Let's say investor one is interested in Google stock. To subscribe to Google stock, what we can do, we can use the Google stock object, and when you will put dot here, you will notice in the intelligence window there is an option to use this event, stock price changed event. So this is the event which is available for us, to which the investor one can subscribe. Okay, so let's do one thing, use this event, and to subscribe we need to use plus equal to operator. And which investor want to subscribe? Investor one wants to subscribe this stock, right? So let's say investor one dot stock price changed. So basically what will happen here, we have said investor one is subscribed to this event. So whenever this event will occur, this method will be invoked, right? So whenever this event has triggered, whenever the price of Google stock is changed, this particular method will be invoked on investor one object. Now let's say investor two is also interested on Google stock. So let's subscribe the Google stock for investor two also. And let's say investor one and investor two are interested in Apple stock also. So I have done the same thing. I have subscribed Apple stock events to investor 1 and investor 2. Now let's say investor 2 is also interested in Microsoft stock. So let's add that also as a subscription. You can see investor 2 is interested in Microsoft stock also. And let's say, for example, in this case, nobody have subscribed to Twitter stock. Now our subscriptions are ready. Now let's change the price of the stock and let's see if we are getting notified or not. So I have added a delay of 3 seconds and changed the Apple stock price to 140. Let's change the price of Google stock also. So I have added a delay of 3 seconds again and changed the price of Google stock to 160. Similarly, let's do it for Microsoft and Twitter stock also. So I have changed the price of Microsoft and Twitter stock also. Okay, let's say Apple stock price has changed again. So I have added some delay and I have changed the price of Apple stock again. Now let's see what will happen. Let me run my program. You can see here after 3 seconds we got the price of Apple stock is changed to 140. And you can see here both investors are notified. Investor Mark and investor Peter is also notified because both of them were subscribed to Apple stock. After that, we have received the event for Google, because if you see the sequence here, first the Apple stock was changed. That's why we received the event for Apple. After that, Google stock was changed and both of the investors were subscribed to Google stock. That's why we are seeing Google price changed. Okay, so both of these investors were notified. And if you notice, the second investor is subscribed to Microsoft stock also, right? But the investor one was not subscribed. That's why if you see, Peter was notified for the Microsoft event and Mark was not notified. And when the price of Twitter stock was changed, that time, because none of the investor was subscribed to Twitter stock, that's why you can see here no one was notified here. There is no statement on the console for the Twitter stock. That is because in the stock class we have added this condition. We will only notify whenever the stock price changed event is not null, meaning whenever there is a subscriber that is subscribed to this event, then only we will trigger the event, else we will not trigger that event. And if you notice here at the end, we received the notification for Apple stock because the price of the Apple stock was changed again. Okay guys, so this is how we can use events in C#. Event makes it very simple to create publisher subscriber pattern that we have seen here. In the next video, we will understand what are the benefits of using the events. And guys, if you need the source code of what we have done in this session, you can drop your comment below and I will provide you this code on GitHub.